What is up, guys? In today's video we have another Inside the Mind style video where I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do find this video helpful or informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what your favorite shotgun is. In this video we're going to be trying to get the exotic Maven. I recently made a video comparing the exotic Maven and the mythic pump, and it seemed like a lot of you guys liked the exotic Maven, so I'm going to be trying to show you guys a loot path where you should be able to get it every game. There's an NPC at this dueling ring over there that I'm looking at right now that sells keys, and there's also katanas there, and there's a lot of hollow chests in this area, so you could land there, get the keys, and then look for the hollow chests. Or I just like to land here and loot up a little bit first and then go over towards that NPC because he usually still has keys for sale by the time I do all of that. There are times where he's bought out though, so it might be worth landing on him, but it's just like, I don't know, it depends how you like playing. I personally like going for loot first. Like I just want to be able to get fighting loot and then go deal with that stuff. Unfortunately, our spot got contested. We had a white Maven, so I'm just gonna 50-50 this guy because I probably have a better 50-50 style weapon than he did. I mean, he got a combat, but like I feel like more often than not when you get someone to, when someone has very little loot and you have like a white Maven off spawn, or just any Maven, like we just have a much more convenient weapon for an awkward fight than he does. But yeah, there's a lot of like little spots you can land around that NPC or at that NPC. And then just try to maximize how many hollow chests you're hitting on this loot path. What is this player doing? I might just leave this guy, man. He's like wasting my time. Like I just want to go search the hollow chest, and this guy's like playing to make the fight last as long as possible. Jeez, man. Alright, our first set of hollow chests, unfortunately no exotic Maven shotgun. If you guys didn't know, the like special property of the exotic Maven is that it's just like a better Maven shotgun. Like it has better base stats, but also it gets a damage bonus, or not damage bonus, sorry, it gets a fire rate bonus and a movement speed bonus once you shoot somebody with it. So you start moving faster and you start shooting faster, and it kills incredibly fast. Go ahead and drink one of these to refresh it and then carry the slurps, which I'd rather have. There also is an exotic grab bag augment. I'm just going to go ahead and get these Keymaster augment just to have the keys in case, so I don't have to go over towards that NPC. This racetrack area often has people. It's just like a very chaotic area. I don't know why every time I come through here I get in the most like random fights. But the NPC that sells keys is like in that bamboo. There's a dueling ring over there. You can also duel him and get a katana. And there's katana spawns next to him, so I don't really think that's that necessary. Now we're going to check this castle. People fighting here. Why do I need to reload all the time? He's in the truck. Oh my gosh, man. That's what not reloading gets you. I just reloaded my gun after killing whoever I'd killed last. We're chilling. But instead I messed up, and so that guy almost gets to kill me, and he wastes more of my time. Unfortunately, no exotic Maven once again. And it's not like this loot path guarantees you'll get it, but this is just like the highest chance I've seen. Like there's just like, not only is it guaranteed keys, not what I wanted to do at all. I just wanted to swap weapons. But yeah, not only is it guaranteed keys on the NPC, but there's just a lot of hollow chests in this area, which usually makes it like a pretty decent chance you'll find the exotic Maven. We found a few exotics that aren't the exotic Maven. We may end up just getting the mythic pump. This is just the nature of loot paths in Fortnite, you know, like you might increase your chances to get something, but it's not guaranteed, you know. Every Fortnite match is different. That's one of the reasons why I like the mythic pump more, is just that I can guarantee I'm going to get it every game. Even if I did get the exotic Maven, I would want to go... Wait, someone broke the launch pad? That's so bizarre. I would want to go to Brutal anyways. To get slurps and just deny somebody having the mythic pump. Because even if you do think the exotic Maven is much better, like the people having the mythic pump is dangerous. So if you can go to one of the vaults afterwards and, you know, deny somebody having the mythic pump in your match, I do think that increases your chances of winning for sure. And as you saw with that loot path, it kind of just like naturally puts me towards the Brutal anyways. So yeah, it's usually what I do. I usually go to that building after getting the Maven somewhere on that loot path, and then pad to Brutal, and then clean up the fights here if there is any, or just eliminate the boss and get the vault opened up for the slurps. People fighting over here. I don't know where they are, but we had visuals on it. Somebody drinking slurp juice or slap juice here. Somebody else here. It's up top. Dang, he had the exotic twin mag. That was probably not the best thing to push that guy, but that is how you want to push somebody. If you're going to push into somebody who's going to go like camp a right shoulder peek, I feel like you want to like be sliding or jumping at them in some way to try to make your character like inconvenient to hit. And hopefully if they peek it slowly, you can just like completely throw them off. Bro, I 100% thought there was somebody camping this vault. Like when I saw that katana there, I thought that was just a trap. I'm trying to get the exotic grab bag augment, but like the game does not want me to have it. And then even then, it's just like a slim chance for the Maven. I think there was splashes in the coolers at this building. Or not the coolers, sorry, the hollow chest. That player definitely sees me. I'm just gonna go ahead and drink one of these. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere over there, but I don't like have eyes on him, so... He just cracked me. He knows I'm coming out of Storm. Storm isn't hitting for that much, but a lot of people kind of overestimate it, so I thought he might just like fly at me. And unfortunately, we cannot pad onto him because somebody over here earlier destroyed the launch pad for some reason. I don't know where he went. Oh, there he is. That's weird. I was like hearing him, but he wasn't on visuals. Okay, island tends to spawn towards center of zone. It can vary where center of zone is game to game, you know what I mean? Not center of zone, sorry. It spawns near center of map, typically. So I expect the island to spawn somewhere over here. It might spawn at Fatal or Frenzy. There's like a decent chance of that, honestly, with this zone. So I think the best spot to be is just to kind of be over here. I feel like what you want to do in terms of like getting ideal timing on island is just put yourself somewhere to like where no matter where it can spawn in your zone, you don't have to travel that much and you should be able to get there somewhat quickly. And I feel like this little spot over here is going to kind of be that, because it can spawn on Anvil side, it can spawn on Frenzy side, but if we're like over here towards this castle, we're relatively close either way. And then also there are hollow chests at this castle that we can search and see if we can finally get the exotic Maven. But this video does kind of show why I prefer the pump over the Maven, kind of. I mean, they're both good, but the mythic pump, you could just go for it and get it every single game. Whereas the exotic Maven, I feel like this loot path, I get it most times I go for it doing this, but there will still be those weird games where you search a bunch of hollow chests and just don't come across it for whatever reason. This player is really weak, so we can go on this. That was not ideal. I don't know what occurred there. Like, I just like would not die. I think I already have a crown, yeah. When I'm pushing somebody like that that's like incredibly weak, I just like getting super high up, because like switching to your weapon after katanaing is kind of weird because of that delay. And there we go. I feel like getting to this island early is such an advantage, and then also having katana uses when you arrive at the island is also like an advantage, I think. But if you're like far away and you have to use all your katana uses to get to it, it could just be such a struggle once you get there. If you're like late, no katana uses, no sprint. I don't know what this individual is doing. He's got an Uber to complete, I guess. I don't know. Oof, not the redeploy. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of the redeploy after katanaing. Like, it's so easy to fry people after they redeploy. You just have very limited side-to-side movement after using it. Whereas like if you launch pad or rift, you have more side-to-side movement. It's like when you use like glider redeploy augment, or when glider redeploy was an item, you had very little horizontal movement afterwards. This man gonna go into the vault. Somebody else just rifted. We'll just give up top for now. Normally, if there's a bunch of people here, they all go for the roof of the house, and then whoever exists there just gets like perma third-partied. And it's hard to survive that. So that's why when somebody rifted and that guy was already on the top, I just gave it up, because then they can fight and I can third-party it. Rather than me, like, you know, being very aggro on that Deadpool and then getting third-partied by the person that rifted. I feel like these island fights are just all about, like just making the right decision and not worrying about how long it takes. I feel like a lot of people are in such a hurry to like capture the point that they're like trying to rush all the fights, but like the fights themselves are like super simple. I wish this player would just stop. The other thing I was going to say, I mean, I might jinx myself by saying this, but I don't care that much about killing that Deadpool because he doesn't seem to be the most comfortable with the game. He's marked. Yeah. I don't know if he was trying to get to the rift or just go on me there, but it's not too surprising. Like, I just wastes like so much time and then just goes for like the 50-50 katana play. 6 opponents remain. I normally like just chilling on the island after capturing it, because you could just see so much of the zone, and when a zone is super, like when the zone is large and the game is kind of dead like this, which typically happens after capturing the island, I feel like just the more you walk around aimlessly, the more likely it is you get engaged on, and I feel like that is like the most likely way to lose the game at that point in time, is just to like be wandering around looking for the last few people and then getting like heavy sniped, or like having someone get really good timing AR tags on you, you know? I feel like as long as those things don't happen, you're probably going to win. And unfortunately, the easiest way to avoid that is just to limit exposure and kind of do nothing. But even then, when you have a big zone and not very many people, I feel like the best way to find people is just to see a lot of area. You know? There's a lot of places people could be hiding. So, like, the more of zone you can see, the more likely it is you'll find people, I think. Some players did just fight. Shots over here. It might be somebody reloading a twin mag. This is the fight that just happened, though, because one of the players dropped a crown and there's a crown over there. Are they in that bush? Let's see if there's some grenades here. I don't see any. Grenades would be so clutch for this, because we could just throw them at that bush. Unfortunately for this guy, that bush just stinks, and he was, like, peeking out of it. That's, like, the tough thing with bushes sometimes, is, like, you think you're protected when you're not. Like, I'm sure that player is probably very confused right now. Like, thinking, like, how the heck did I see him? But he was just, like, not really protected by it at all because of that angle. Like, yeah, this probably you think you're in it, but, like, he was not. You want to be in, like, the center of the bushes. And even then, just, like, the more you move and the more you do, the more likely it is people can see you in it. Especially with, like, an upward angle like that. I feel like if you're, like, kind of above the bush looking down, it's, like, easier to see people. There may be some more people in this area, but I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't, because they likely would have third-partied that. Like, there was just a fight that happened there, and people are super desperate to third-party. 3 players remain. Someone just got sniped. Mansion and this other house are in zone. I'm going to go Mansion. There probably will be a player there that we can fight. I'd be surprised if there isn't. Probably should have opened that cooler to get slap. Hopefully. And then I'd have unlimited sprint for a period of time. Yeah, there is a player on the mansion. Unless that was like the antenna like kind of loading in. The game is weird sometimes with like objects loading in where they like pop in and out and it looks like movement. But I think I saw like movement on the roof of the house. Just had something on visuals. It was either shots or someone katanaing. So the player up here may have left. If there was a player here. This is like kind of weird. Because like, this is going to be a 50-50. But I have really good close range fighting loot. So I would almost rather have a 50-50 close range fight than like have him like catch me trying to walk up, you know? Not the sprint glitch at the worst time. Dude, the sprint glitch makes it so hard to play the game. Like, I just don't want this to happen. Like, no. I do not need my character to go through the sprint animation when it's not sprinting. That is not necessary. We have right shoulder peek and they have right shoulder peek, but I'm down for nothing to occur here because we're just regenning health. GG's. Okay, so I've been asked about this a bunch recently when streaming. Because, you know, a lot of people like using the pump. They want to pump and then swap to their spray weapon. And people don't know what to do if they miss their first pump shot or the pump shot isn't good. Like right there, I missed my first pump shot, which is unfortunate. And people don't know, like, do I just wait for the pump to be ready again or do I swap to the spray? The way the fight's normally going to go, like, ideally, right? You hit a fat pump shot and you swap to your spray to get that little bit of damage. If you miss the first pump shot or it's bad damage, I feel like you want to just use your spray to get them to around, like, 150 or 100 HP. That way, one pump shot can finish them. Like, you would rather go useless pump, spray, back to pump to finish than, like, useless pump, spray, pump, and then spray again, you know? So, like, I just tried to, with my spray weapon there, get him to the point where I would easily be able to one-pump him afterwards, which we ended up doing. That's a really hard fight for him to win regardless, though, because he has a combat shotgun and I have Mythic Havoc and Pulse Rifle. But that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful or informative. If you did, remember to give it a like. Subscribe if you like some more. Comment down below what your favorite shotgun is. I wanted to get the exotic Maven there, but we just didn't find it. But I do think that loot path is a good route if you are someone who really enjoys using the mythic or the exotic Maven. When I was trying to get gameplay of it for a video, I got it most of the time doing that. Like, I was able to find it in one of those hollow chests. And then this game kind of shows what I would do even if I don't get it. But I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.